On today's episode, the Modern Waiter podcast goes to Buffalo.
Yeah.
But first, the intro.
Tired of working deadbeat jobs for lame pay. I'm tired of getting fired and hired the same day. If you know the rules of the game, then you'll stay. And if you don't...
As usual, I'm joined by my good friend Danny DeVillum.
What's up, people?
So whenever we travel together for a podcast, we just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And we generally talk about it from a service standpoint, from a standpoint of us going out to dinner.
And our experiences in XYZ.
I decided to take a trip to Buffalo because I went to school there.
Mm-hmm.
I spent time there after. I lived there for 7 years after school. And I came down here and never looked back. Well, I've been back since, but I think the last time I was there was 10 years prior to this trip. And I asked my good friend Danny to join me, and we're going to record a podcast.
We had a good time.
I'm glad you had a good time because it could get a little tedious, meeting other people constantly. But you're a social person.
Yeah, it was fine. I had a great time.
Good. And we started out, we went on a Friday, left on a Tuesday.
Yep.
So nice.
Long weekend.
Nice long weekend. I like that. And so we'll pick it up from Friday night, where our first stop was the casino.
Yeah. So we saw the Dice Man.
Yes. We went to the Seneca Niagara Casino.
Yeah.
And we saw Andrew Dice Clay.
We did.
And it was a nice little venue.
Yeah.
I thought he did a good job.
He did. It was a great show.
And he was he did a lot of crowd work.
Yeah.
We didn't really eat at the venue. We ate a little bit beforehand. There was a
little burger spot, but they didn't really have service. It wasn't like a
It was like a takeout joint.
It was like a takeout joint.
Yeah, but takeaway counter.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a salad, and you guys had burgers.
Burgers, yeah.
Yeah, how was the burger?
It was a good burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made it a good burger?
Well, I guess because I picked it. It was just pretty much a bacon cheeseburger.
Okay.
And it wasn't overly anything, and it was just simple enough. The bun was good.
Yeah.
The fries were okay. I think you ate my fries anyways.
Oh yeah, always do.
But it was fine. I mean, it was exactly what I needed. We've been on the road all day, and I need something to eat.
We needed something to eat, and that was about the only thing we ate all day.
That was the only thing we ate
because
all day.
we were hungry afterwards.
Yeah.
So after the show, we went to the main bar. Mm-hmm. There was a very high stage with a band.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
That was really cool. There was a girl and two other musicians, trio?
It may be three. It might have had a drummer. I think maybe two guitars, the drummer and the girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like a bass, a regular guitar, and then the yeah.
I only noticed the girl.
Yeah, I mean. Aha.
And they did a good job. Hockey playoffs were on.
Yes.
It was game 6.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because game 7 was the day we left.
Yeah.
I can remember the night before we left.
Yeah. Okay, it was a game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was game 6, and we ended up getting a table, and we sat with.
Yeah, we sat with a lovely young lady.
Yes.
And she took good care of us.
She did excellent care of us. After that, my buddy went to gamble. Off to our next spot, we went downtown Buffalo.
Still Friday night. Yes,
still Friday night. We went to surprise
Rockstar
Godson.
Yes,
he knew we were in town, but he didn't know we were coming to see him that night.
Yeah, because originally we weren't going to go see him until Saturday, right?
If that, we were going to see him on Sunday.
Okay.
And we walk into 67 West Chippewa. So 67 West is the name of the bar. He's bartending, and he's very excited. And there I took my first shot in 6 months.
Yeah.
So I was dry for 6 months, and I broke it on the trip.
He broke it on the trip.
But I didn't break it in a big way.
No, it wasn't even. I think you only had that one drink that night.
I just had that one.
And it was a baby shot. It wasn't even. Well, full disclosure, shots in Buffalo are different than shots in South Florida.
Yes.
Or Las Vegas. Or even Virginia when I grew up.
Yeah. Shots in Buffalo come in apparently a thimble.
Yes.
and I told him, I said, hey, listen, I took the drink because it's a special occasion, but I'm really not drinking. And he was super good about it because he was pouring me mocktails after that and fake shots and things.
We had a great time.
It was good. There was a band there, some old dude that was like 70-something.
Yeah.
That looked like he was 60-something.
Yeah, he had a good hippie vibe to him. He was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real cool guy. And that going back home after the first night, we were begging for something to eat.
Starving.
Oh my God, it couldn't come quicker.
We didn't eat.
We did not eat all day. And so the next day, we ended up going to see my buddy's parents, but we had lunch plans with Hambone, and we went to Delaware Pub.
Yes, that was good.
It was good. We got there, 12:30?
We got there, yeah, and we were the first people there pretty much.
Yeah, the floors were still wet.
Yeah. They were like, you were looking around like, you're
we felt
open?
bad. Yeah, we said, are you open?
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have to pick a different spot. And the bartender was pretty cool. He's like, hey, you know, you're going to have so-and-so, and she's just coming back. And they had a good banter between them.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, you could tell they worked together for a while.
Yeah.
And so they were pretty funny. I had yet another salad.
I got some wings.
You got
I got
some
wings as
wings.
an appetizer because I wanted to try out.
True.
We're in Buffalo.
Yes.
I wanted to see what the wings were about. So I got I didn't get like true buffalo wings, actually. It was their sauce. Mm-hmm. And it was good. The wings were fine. Wings.
At this point,
Wings are wings.
wings are wings.
Yeah.
You know, there are very few wing secrets anymore.
Exactly.
It's just, to me, the devil's in the details, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to mess them up,
True.
right?
So easy.
You'll get more rejection from a wing. You're like, it's not done enough, or it's not tender enough, or they're not big enough, or they're too big.
Yeah.
You know, so when you hit the sweet spot and you don't notice how good they are, that's good wings.
That's good wings.
Right? And what did you have? Did I have a beet? No, I didn't have a beet salad. I forgot what kind of salad it was.
You had the salad version. I had a wrap version of your salad.
Yes, salmon.
Yes. It was a salmon salad. You had the salad, and I had the same thing, but as a wrap.
Yes.
It was like the SBLT or something like that.
Yes. And I was very happy with it.
Very good.
Yeah.
And the wrap was very good, so I can imagine the salad was amazing.
The salad was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. So we caught up with my friend Hambone. We sat there, and then a birthday party celebration on the floor. People were coming in for
that was kind of cool. I mean, it kept getting packed and more packed.
Yes. All around us, the crowd started to build.
They started to fill in.
I was going to crash the party, but then I was we were the only black people there. So it would have been a little bit noticeable. So we ended up going to my buddy's Rich's house.
Yes.
After that. And his wife was...
It was her birthday.
It was her birthday.
Yeah.
And so...
They were having a pool party. I didn't bring my bathing suit.
They're having was it? I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess it was a pool party. And I didn't drink anything else.
No. But I did. I had a drink. Actually, I had a few.
What'd you have?
What'd
they call it? A pirate booty or something?
Something like that. Yeah, Rich came up with this concoction. It was delicious. I think it was Captain, Malibu, and coconut water, or maybe just Malibu, coconut water, and pineapple juice.
Okay.
But it was really good.
Really?
It was delicious and refreshing, and it kept me hydrated because of the coconut water.
Man, I'm telling you, coconut water is so precious.
Yeah.
You know, and then. I like the flavor of coconut water.
It was delicious.
I can imagine how refreshing that.
Oh, it was fantastic. They were going down like water.
That's the problem.
Yes.
When you're drinking something delicious, problem. You never know when you're gonna get KO'd.
Yeah. You're like, ooh.
Then we had dinner plans.
Yes, we had a full day on Saturday.
We had a full day every day.
Yeah.
So we left the party. We had dinner plans with my friend that we were staying with and his friend. So it was Jason and Matt. He lives in a small town called North Tonawanda, which is the bridge between Buffalo and Niagara Falls. So Tonawanda, I believe, is in Erie County where Buffalo is, and North Tonawanda is in Niagara County, which is
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, next town over to Niagara Falls, the USA, right?
Yeah.
And so we went to a place called Dockside for dinner. They quoted us. Now we got there probably about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on a Saturday night.
No, maybe it was still light out, so 7:30.
Okay, 7:30.
And then they quoted us an hour.
They quoted us an hour.
It was prime time, so it was like 7:30.
Which is fine.
They quoted us an hour. We went to the bar.
They had a pretty big layout, too.
Yeah.
From what I can understand.
They had an indoor-outdoor kind of feeling. It reminded me of Coconuts, actually.
Yeah, because it's right underwater.
It had a Coconuts feeling to it. And we went to the bar, and we ended up staying at the bar and eating, but the
two seats were
open. And then we kind of got them where we fit in after that, after like 20 minutes. Literally right when I was able to sit down is when they called us, which wasn't bad.
I felt like you sat down.
Maybe like 5-10 minutes before.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the wait didn't end up being that long.
It ended up being half the time.
But we were already there.
We were already there, but yeah, we just canceled it and called it a day.
Yeah. And so still Saturday night, I don't believe I drank any alcohol, but I had a couple of ginger beers.
Oh, yeah. At the spot.
And the bartender, what about the service?
It wasn't bad by any means.
It was confusing.
It was, yes.
Because it was busy.
Yes.
And there was only one bartender.
There was two.
There was one bartender.
Taking care of everybody
For the longest while when it was busy. Then when the crowd calmed down, all of a sudden there are two bartenders.
True.
Right? So that's what was the confusing part. And so we kept seeing food runners come up to the bartender, ask him where these people are, where does this food go, and then he would have to stop what he's doing, look around, finger point them, and then she goes around. So that was very interesting.
So maybe that's why we didn't really see the other bartender, because he might have been taking care. Because there was a couple high tops. So maybe he was just taking care of tables in that middle of that rush. There was a big party right behind us.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing or it's not neither here nor there for me. It was just confusing why he was, because he was he kind of reminded me of a barback at one point.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of around, but he definitely wasn't taking care of anything. And the main bartender really did a good job.
He did.
Of keeping it moving.
Yeah, he was solid.
He was solid. He oscillated very well. And it's not like we really, really had to wait for I didn't feel neglected or anything like that. So, and for the most part, overall, they were very friendly.
Yeah.
For the small amount of time that, you really have FaceTime.
For your interactional time, they were great.
Yes.
It was, yeah. Like you said, they were just very busy. They were moving around a lot. And me and Marlon both noticed how their system had its flaw, where instead of having like seats and being like, yo, this is where it should go, they just were like, it was like an auction all the time. That was throwing off the flow.
Because for him to stop and explain, and I get it, every restaurant's different, so maybe they don't have a table number system for the high tops behind, but at least I would be describing people on the ticket, or give them a number or something. That food runner has to just be able to find the people right away. And then, if all else fails, then
he go to the bar.
It just felt like she was going to the bar
every time.
Yes.
Yeah. And I felt bad for them.
Yeah, because man, it was busy. But by the time we ate, it started to calm down.
Yeah, it started. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the rush was over, and I had yet another salad.
Did you there? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think I had a beet salad there finally. And there was fries, so I ate. I think I had a.
I got a sandwich. You had my fries.
Yes.
Or they had taters. Did they have taters there?
Was that the place with the taters? I don't think so.
No, maybe the taters was the lunch spot. The taters was the lunch spot.
Taters was the lunch spot.
Yes.
Yes.
And I gave you my taters.
Whenever I see taters, gotta have them.
Yeah.
Gotta have them. We talked about it previously. Tater tots, man. I mean, if you got fries and tater, because everywhere has fries.
Yes, exactly.
So I take that chance, be like, yep, gotta have them taters.
Gotta have taters.
And, but to start, we got clams casino.
Oh, yeah.
And that went down. We had two orders of
Towards
those. And they were good. I prefer, they chopped up the clams and with the bacon and everything and then stuffed the shells. I prefer to have the clam whole and then have the breadcrumbs, bacon
on top
topping on top with the butter and everything. That's just a minor preference because I like to taste the clam and chew the clam and but they were good.
Everything was good.
I like clam. I like clams casino.
Yeah, it was good.
Then we went to another place after that called Dwyer's, which
it was chill. It reminded me like of a local bar, but it had like a live band, and summertime in Buffalo, so there was indoor. It's an indoor outdoor bar. They had the band outside. They had like a DJ coming.
Yeah.
When we had walked in, the DJ was setting up pretty much. So there was a DJ inside, and there was a band outside. And I remember me and Marlon, we first walk in, and then the music comes on, and we're at the bar, and the music comes on, and we're like, yo, this is gonna be the vibe right here, right?
Yes.
We're like, okay, and
DJ played really good music.
yeah, and it was AC inside. It was nice.
Loved it.
Yeah. And then we go outside and we're like, should we have stayed inside?
I think we should have stayed inside, but that was a function of
We had to see
who we were with.
Absolutely.
Because they don't seem to me to enjoy hip hop and dance music. I've definitely not seen them dance. Yeah. And so we were outside, and that was fun because there was a good amount of people outside.
It was probably more people outside.
Yeah.
It was a good balance.
It was a good balance.
Because you had to go inside to get drinks. So
yes,
it was an ever-flowing kind of balance, too.
That's true.
Yeah.
There was the band was in a tented area, and then there was another outside seated, casual, outside patio.
Just outside the tent. Yeah.
It was outside the tent. And we met a few people there.
Yeah, we had a good time.
It was fun. I ordered a ginger beer. I asked for a ginger beer from my friend, and generally, when I asked for a ginger beer, I need it to be non-alcoholic. And
it was alcoholic ginger beer.
Yeah, it was alcoholic ginger beer, which kind of blows my mind. I would have drank it, but it just didn't taste
right.
Yeah, it wasn't a good taste. It was neither fish nor fowl.
Gotcha.
It was neither ginger beer nor beer. So I'd rather just have the beer.
Yeah.
Or I'd rather just have the ginger beer.
Yeah.
Marrying the two, it wasn't a good flavor.
I got you a non-alcoholic beer after that, though. How was that?
That was okay. It was a Labatt. And as far as non-alcoholic...
Yeah, because we were up in... So I didn't even know... Like, they didn't have, like, double low or anything. They just kind of gave me what they had.
Yeah, which is fine. And that's what you get. You don't know where is stocking more than one non-alcoholic beer.
Exactly.
There's two things I didn't really care for. I didn't care for the flavor because, but it's non-alcoholic beer. Who cares,
exactly.
right? You're just holding something, and that's really
where
the social aspect of it. But they outed me with the big label on top, and at the collar, it said non-alcoholic in bold.
He couldn't even hide it.
You couldn't even hide it. You couldn't even pretend.
Yeah.
And so... It might be the sensibility of Canada because they're very, I don't know if they still do it. They put really disgusting pictures on their cartons of cigarettes to prevent people from smoking, all the while selling the cigarettes. So maybe the non-alcoholic is a part of like how they do it. But it's very nondescript in the U.S. brands with the non-alcoholic looks like a alcoholic beer and stuff like that. And that's what I'm after. I'm just after not... having to answer any questions.
Yeah.
But for the most part, all of my friends have been very
we
supportive
had
about
absolutely.
Me drinking less. And so that was our Saturday night. We got out of there right around closing. We closed the place.
Yeah.
About 2 o'clock?
Yeah, 2-ish.
Yeah. And went home. And so Sunday was the big day.
Sunday was busy.
Sunday was busy.
Sunday was supposed to be just chill. We were only supposed to have one location.
True.
And but
I thought we just did the one location on Sunday.
We went somewhere else too.
Oh, that's true. So Sunday they were kind enough to throw a little party for me because I hadn't been in 10 years and
some of these people we haven't seen in forever.
Some of these people I hadn't seen in 30 years.
Yeah.
And really struck me because I appreciate the best thing that you could do for me is give me your time. And that's the best gift that I could give anybody is their time. That's why when I'm engaged with somebody, I try not to, look at my phone at the same time or I give them my eye contact and my presence because that's the best gift.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And so it was very humbling to have my friends organize, come out, drive from
all over
the place from
we had a couple people come from
Rochester,
about an hour away,
Yeah, for over an hour away to come in and
meet up in one place was awesome.
It was awesome. I had the feels, broke out those stories, and this highlights one of the reasons why I do this podcast is because we have gotten longtime friends out of our restaurants, the restaurant Danny and I, worked together. He still works there. Longtime friends out of that.
Yeah.
And so my very first restaurant job was working the line in the kitchen at Bennigan's in Buffalo. And so I was surrounded by people
from that era.
It
was really for me. It was really cool because I was able to see not a different side of Marlon, but it was like putting pieces to the puzzle together of a time when I didn't know him.
Yes, that's an interesting way of putting it because you're then seeing my evolution, really, because Fred would have been my oldest friend there because he was my very first roommate.
College.
In college, yeah. And so he was the one that got me the job at Bennigan's. We applied to jobs at the same time. I just never walked into Bennigan's. Mm-hmm. He just walked in because he had the sense that he can get out of there with a job, and he came back to the car and he said, "Oh, I got a job." I said, "Holy shit, that's awesome." And then after working there for a couple of months, then he got me in there. And so my first position was working in the kitchen, and then I came out and became a server. So I had a couple of bartenders, one of them that's still my good friend, another one that, we keep up on Facebook. We're catching up. My old manager was there. He became a GM and an area director and things like that. So then there were all these interwoven stories.
Yeah, I mean, even stuff that, just the way they all kind of grew and developed, and you could see how this one person went with this person here, went to here, and they all kind of have their own little thing. It was really cool.
Restaurants, baby.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have a special show coming up for you. We haven't recorded it yet, but our friend Jim Moses, who worked at that Bennigan's with us, had a hand in creating the movie Waiting, which was based in a Bennigan's. So he's going to tell the story of how that movie came to be because he's friends with the director. They came up with it.
Yeah.
The writer ended up directing it and things like so. It's a great story that we can't wait to deliver for you.
Absolutely.
But so full disclosure, it came out of that era and that Bennigan's. And so I don't even know all the ins and outs about that. So, and I didn't want him to tell me. I wanted him to tell me on the show.
I love it.
Yes. So we have people coming through. Even the friends that came after me working. My friend Rich that we went to his house. He worked at Bennigan's. Rockstar worked at Bennigan's. And so he got me a job at the Roadhouse. So a lot of... did he work at Bennigan's? No, he did not.
I think he did because he knew the one guy.
I think he worked across the street at Olive Garden.
Oh,
and
okay.
He was a patron. And if he did work there, it wasn't like that long.
Gotcha.
He's had tons of jobs. But he was just really a part of the tapestry. So really, really awesome time. And I was feeling it, and I had now my first drink. Not first, but, I had the shot. Now I'm drinking.
Yeah, I bought some tequila and apple juice at the party. Yes. Well, actually, we didn't bring it. I went out and got it because we needed it.
That has become our drink and our vacation drink.
Yeah.
And for years, we've been drinking tequila apple juice. Swear I invented it. I've been talking about it forever. And now people send me things on the Instagram about people catching on to tequila and apple juice.
Yeah, baby.
And so it
brought to you by the Modern Waiter Podcast.
That's right. I dare you to tell me different. Dare you. So we had tequila apple juice, had people try it.
Yeah.
They loved it. And so it's not something that you maybe want to drink all the time, but if you want the nostalgic feel of drinking apple juice, you got to have the Mott's.
Yes.
And Blanco tequila, by the way, because the other tequila kind of lends it.
Boom, Mott's and a good Blanco. Reach out to us. We're looking for sponsorship if we can get one. That'd be the only company that Marlon would probably let us have because he really doesn't want anything else. But I think I could sell him on those too.
1800. Did you what
I bought 1800.
You bought 1800.
Yeah.
That's the original recipe.
It is.
And it really comes from us going to the Parrot and a classic just a
You can't really go wrong. You can't go wrong with 1800. It has good flavor.
You can't go wrong with 1800, and it's not pretentious.
Yeah.
And it goes well. I like the way that the bottle's designed.
Mm-hmm.
I like the flavor as in not being obstructive.
Mm-hmm.
And you get that tequila as well.
Yes, exactly.
So it's just a perfect pair.
Yeah.
But not to say, because we've done it with other blancos and stuff like that. We're big tequila fans. We're not necessarily tequila snobs.
No.
Right? We're not going to worry about additive free and things like that, because let me tell you something. Once you are drinking ethanol, alcohol, whatever, there's a certain amount of letting go that you got to do.
You got to.
So when you're standing on principle of additives, it's, I drank Kool-Aid for years.
There it is.
Okay?
We are a Kool-Aid generation.
Yes. And so, yes, you're making better choices now. Just drink less.
Yeah.
I eat mayo. I just eat
less
of it.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe you don't want to have 10 with the additive.
Yeah.
Just have 2 drinks.
Exactly.
That's it.
There it is.
Moderation, baby.
That's how it should be.
That's how it is. Now, we leave this place friggin' starving. Okay?
Oh, they didn't even feed us.
They hid the food.
They hid the food.
They hid the food.
Now, the food, like what they had clams, and we thought that was really cool. And in my mind, like, okay.
This is the appetizer.
That's the appetizer, right?
Okay.
What are
we having next?
We're waiting for like meat. We're waiting for
Where's
the grill to turn on.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're among restaurant people.
And to make it even better, I gotta throw this. We're at like a pet farm. Okay, his boy's house was legit a pet.
Fried up some chickens.
There was real chickens. There was ducks. There was a pig.
There was geese. There was a pig.
There was a parrot. There was
dogs.
Everything. Okay,
Yes.
and then on a. He's gonna listen to it. We're gonna throw you out there anyway. To add insult to injury, they had a quarter freaking cow in a freezer. Okay, so we're like, and me and Marlon are like, wait.
He was bragging. He was like, "Look at all this meat." Shuts the freezer.
Crazy, yeah. We're like, huh?
I could have brought something.
Yeah.
Right. I could have brought anything. I was starving. They brought
like a pasta salad. But it was like at 5 o'clock, and we're like,
after people had left,
we're like starving.
I ate a bunch of open-faced cannoli.
We're eating sweets. I'm eating chips that I haven't eaten in years because I just needed to eat something. Okay, I don't even eat chips, and I was like, I'm murdering Cheetos like I'm a 12-year-old kid.
Oh my god! Yes. But it was a good time.
No, great time. The stories were great. Everything was amazing.
Yes.
I'm glad I was able to see Marlon in his element with the people that he kind of grew with in the industry. It was really cool.
Heard some stories that I would never tell him.
Yeah, exactly. They were willing to give them up quickly too.
Oh.
They were pulling me to the side. I had different people telling me different stories.
That's the thing about different layers of friendship. When you meet a new friend, you can curate who you were before.
Yeah.
But when you meet the old friend and they just start to, oh, no, he was a nerd. Oh, he was this or he was that, I didn't start working out till I was out of college. Like I was 23, 24,
Okay.
I think 23 when it first started. I tried here and there, but then that's when it caught fire and then I ended up doing some bodybuilding competitions. Pretty much a year or two before I moved.
Okay.
And then when I moved here, I was a little burnt out, so I didn't work out for maybe 8 months to a year, and then I got back into it, and then, So we left there starving, and I didn't have the confidence to know on a Sunday night where am I going to go for food. So...
Yeah, we were trying to figure out where we were going for food, but more important, we had a really big day planned out the next day.
Yes.
And so Marlon had decided, he said, hey, how do you feel about, because one of the things I wanted to do while I was there was go see the Niagara Falls. And he goes, how do you feel about doing it tonight? And we'll get some food while we're there because it'll be busy. We'll go to the Canadian side. And I was like, I love it. Let's go do it. So we went over to the Canadian side. And from my experience, it was super easy to get over. Marlon said it's usually not like that. It's usually a lot longer of a process.
Yeah. So when we decided to go on a Sunday night, it really helped us to navigate easily going across the border.
Yeah.
You got to bring your passport. You're traveling into Canada.
Mm-hmm.
There is an American side, not worth it. If you're going to go to Niagara Falls and you can help it, you want to go to...
The Canadian side is the move.
The Canadian side is the move. So you're going to pay a toll and then go into Canada's customs or immigration,
Yeah.
whichever one
It was
is
easy,
working the thing. It was easy, but it doesn't,
Sometimes it doesn't go that way.
sometimes it doesn't go that way. If it checks out,
Yeah.
we're in a rented car. It's clearly from Florida. So we got over, we parked, and went to it was night.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It was perfect.
We get out the car, we go for a little walk, and he's about to show me the falls, and we happen to get there right before the fireworks go off. So I guess on the weekends in the summertime, they do fireworks on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they have the fireworks going off, which was really cool, but I told him, I said, I'm not really worried about fireworks, but we live in South Florida. I go to Disney all the time. I can see fireworks whenever I want. I grew up in places that fireworks are really prevalent.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to see what I want to see. So while the people are watching the fireworks, we're making our way to where it was pretty much the best spot to see the falls.
Correct.
And we make our way there. It worked out perfectly. We took a bunch of videos and pictures along the way. We did a lap. We had a great time. I did my whole little tourist thing for like an hour, and then we made our way to get some food.
Yes. So the area that we went to was called Clifton Hills. Clifton Hill. And it's very touristy, but nice. It's clean.
It was
lots
clean.
Of families.
And it was very bright, which is what I loved. It was very bright and welcoming.
Yes. It was good. You can hear the roar of the water going over the falls. So where we went to was like, I think it's called Horseshoe Falls or something like that. You could see the mist of the falls. And the only thing about going at night, the boats and the attractions don't run at night. So you don't get the Maid of the Mist that drives you up to the falls. You don't get the tunnel going under the falls. And so we went up, grabbed some food. We went to a taco burrito spot.
It was good, though.
It was good. I mean, they wrap a hell of a burrito.
Yeah.
And we took it to go. We went home.
Yeah, and we went to bed. We called it a night. We ate. And now it's pretty much our last day.
Yes. Very important day because it's a podcast day.
Yeah.
And in general, I prefer to podcast earlier.
Yeah.
Than in the trip than later. That way I can relax. I tend to have a different sensibility when I have this in front of me, and I'm really not settled. I just want it to be, I wanted to be the best that it could be, and so, but that's when we could do it because our guest was going to be Chris Rockstar Godson, and he was available that day.
Perfect. And we're not going to talk about the cast because you're going to watch the cast.
We could tell him what it's about.
Oh yeah, you tell them what it's about.
Actually, it's going to be before this show.
It might. Well, we'll talk about it after the show.
Okay.
If we're going to put this out or that one out first.
Okay. So the podcast is about. We'll probably end up putting this one out for. It's about the bizarre drink combinations that might actually taste good.
Yes.
And so we
went to a spot. What was the name of that? Do you remember? Is it on the list?
Detour.
Okay.
Yes. So we went to Detour, which is pretty much around the corner from 67 West, still downtown. But
cute spot. It was nice though.
But before that, we had a jam-packed day, and that's why I'm glad we went to Niagara Falls
the night before
because we planned it for Monday,
Yeah.
and it would have been too much running around. We went to Jason Raymond. We had lunch with.
That's right. We had lunch before we did the podcast.
Yes, and we went to Devolio's.
Yes.
So we went to Devolio. We met him up, and if you remember, if you're an OG, you would remember Jason Raymond. He's been on the show a bunch of times.
Yeah.
We traveled out to Atlanta
to go to his restaurants.
And podcast with him. And that was the very beginning. It wasn't. We did our video tests.
Yeah, we did exactly.
Yes. So it wasn't like we.
I think his show was audio, but we did all the original testing at his spot.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so Devolio was interesting.
I didn't mind it.
Remember how we had to order?
Oh yeah.
So it was the first place ever which gave you a dry erase marker with a laminated, or it wasn't laminated, but it was inside of, essentially laminated.
It's a pick your own kind of, like you put together your own kind of meal, or now they also had meals which we all end up getting would be like their classic versions of stuff, or you can pick and choose what you wanted, like almost like imagine like going like to Chipotle and you're putting together your stuff, but instead of you're reading on the menu and circling it.
Yes, they gave you a magic marker for you to choose your selection, and so you would circle what you wanted to eat, and then she'll pick up the menus and then verify and then go. So I'm curious to know how that works. It almost feels like unnecessary because she still has to talk to you about the menu, and essentially instead of her writing it down, you're doing work. You're doing a little work, and so and only one of the pens really worked, which
That's
was
true.
mine, right?
Yeah.
Like the other ones were kind of like dried out or whatever the case may be, and it was nice. We sat out on the
Outside,
rooftop.
yeah, the location was nice.
I don't remember what I had.
We all had salads.
Yes,
All of us.
Yes,
We all had salads.
had yet another salad.
The salad was good though.
Salads were good. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
mine. It was hearty. I think it was. I think mine had quinoa and something else.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it was.
I did a steak salad, and it was good. Everything was good. It was, and you could tell they make a lot of stuff on property because we were in when we were waiting for our table, we were in like a little gift shop area.
Yeah.
And we're thinking it's like wine and stuff, and it was like balsamic vinegars and
Olive
apples.
oils.
Yeah. And I thought that was really cool that they had their own little production.
Yeah, they had their own white label retail store.
Absolutely.
And now we go downtown to meet Rockstar to record the podcast. And so we're setting up. And one of the things that we do now with video, it's really hard outside the walls of the studio
Yeah.
to really control lighting. But anyway, we record. We had a great time. And so now we're off to yet another meetup with a friend. This time we're going to get wings at... Where's the wing spot?
Oh, it's called Wing Nuts. So Jason
Wing
Raymond told
Nuts.
us about it. He said, you got to go try this place. He goes, the wings. He goes, well, because we were talking about where we can get some really good wings at. He goes, yeah, you got to go to the spot and XYZ, try their sauce and, you know. And he goes, the wings will be crispy, but at the same time, they'll be tender. We were trying to talk about that earlier.
Yes.
And they were. I think they were really solid. We met your friend.
Catherine. And one of the things Catherine and I both noticed when we walked up to the table was wadded up napkins underneath the table to level it
Yeah.
out. And I noticed that at a couple of places, the wadded up napkin underneath the table. It's a classic. It doesn't bother me. It just doesn't look good, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And so I had, did you have wings again?
That's where I tried. Yes, I got wings
That's
there.
true. You had wings. She had tenders. And I had a white pizza.
Yeah.
Was
Pizza was not good.
Yeah.
I tried a piece of the pizza later on. I was like, I did not need that in my life.
I probably shouldn't have gotten the white pizza. The pizza looked good.
It looked amazing. Like, it really did. Like,
It really
the
did.
presentation of it was spot on.
Yeah. There
It
was
just
one element that was.
I don't know what was
I think
it. It was
had
like a
sweet
fig or
element
like
something like that.
I don't know what it was, but it did not. It
didn't mesh.
fare well. Yes.
Yes, it did not mesh. So to be fair, if you're gonna have a white pizza, I mean, you
keep
get
it
what
simple.
you get and you don't
Yeah.
get upset. I'm not blaming them. It's
No.
me. I have full confidence that they probably do a good job with the.
I mean, like I said,
ordinary
like we said,
pizza.
the presentation was amazing. So I'm for with normal ingredients, I bet you it's normally a good pizza.
True. So I should have just gotten a cheese pizza like
Yeah.
I always do. But we had a good time. Catherine kind of painted another picture because I've known her since since college. And she reminded me that I got kicked out of my dorm. And that's how we met because we ended up meeting up on her floor. And so we go to dinner.
Straight from the wing spot, pretty much.
Straight from the wing spot. We ate. So we ended up lunch, podcast, lunch, and dinner.
Think about, and we haven't really been eating this trip. Okay,
This is the first time we
day
were
we're
eating.
kind of eating,
Yes.
like more than one meal a day.
First time. Yes. Yes, that is true. And I needed it. And so we went to the place called Neat.
Very good. It was nice. Nice indoor outdoor kind of feeling.
Yes.
Modern.
Nice friendly staff.
Friendly, attractive
Beautiful.
staff.
Yes, very attractive staff.
And it was great. I mean, it was exactly, it was like outside of this little plaza. It had we had like a little built-in man-made lake, but it was cool. It was right by, it had a good vibe to it. We were with our boy Rich.
Yes.
His wife and their lovely son.
Showed up.
And we had a great time. We had it was like a little nice little family outing, I would call it, for the last night.
He's adorable. He housed a pizza.
Yeah.
That was huge. And I could not eat another salad. So I believe I had arancini.
Yes, you did.
And that was nice. It was a little spicy, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
The arancini was excellent. And I don't think I had anything else.
No, I think I got a salad again. I think I might, because we had wings and a bunch of other stuff that day. So
True.
I think I got a salad or something along those lines. It wasn't crazy, yeah.
And I had
I definitely got a salad, yes.
You had a salad. I had a reposado to drink.
Mm-hmm. And we watched the Stanley Cup.
We watched the finals.
Yes, we watched the Game 7.
Yes, we watched Game 7. The wife and
the Panthers
kid left.
Yep, the Panthers pulled it out. We had a little boy bonding time, and
Yes.
that was pretty much it.
That was the Buffalo trip.
Yeah.
That's right. That's our trip. And I know it's a little bit different of a podcast, but let me know about wings in your town.
Yes.
Whether it's in Buffalo or your town, do you have good wings, or do they mess them up?
Yeah.
And you feel free to shout out the name of the place. And once we revisit shows, we'll get back to it. And you can message me. You can follow me on Instagram, at the Modern Waiter Podcast, or you can email me, themodernwaiter@gmail.com.
Boom.
Or just leave a comment on the YouTubes if that's the way you're watching.
There it is.
We do this for you each and every week. I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter.
I'm Danny Villain. Subscribe, people.
We will see you next time.
Later.
Yeah. What's up? Yo, BMR in the building. That's right. Raw dog the pain. Give it to me.